Everyone has a story, and tonight, meet a man whose life changed in a matter of seconds. Tragedy took away everything and forced him to face a new reality. Now he's inspiring others to never give up. Every chance he gets, this is where you'll find 25-year-old Blake Baldridge on his family's land in CLEBURNE County.
Good boy.
Raising and training his water dogs.
I love this area because it was where I was raised.
Blake has a passion for the outdoors. But it was here 2 years ago.
And it kept getting closer, closer, louder and louder.
The outdoors turned deadly.
To lose somebody that close in the moment of just a few seconds.
If you're watching or listening to us in those areas, you need to seek shelter immediately.
March 10th, 2010, a day Blake will never forget. A day that turned this into this.
It's hard to look back and realize what I had and what I have now. Because I don't have anything.
Taking so much away from Blake.
Paralyzed from the belly button down.
And his family.
My grandfather had tremendous head injuries.
This is where it happened.
My grandparents' house was just right on the other side of the well house.
Where two homes once stood.
It had started raining. It was supposed to be severe that night. I got worried that something was bad gonna happen. I got the feeling. So I left my house and came to my grandparents' house. Laid over Granny, and about that time, the house started shaking. Shaking like a rocking chair. Seen the floor on the ceiling at that time, and that's when I blacked out.
A tornado literally exploded both homes. It hit before Blake, his grandmother Iva Jean, and grandfather Ward could even get to the storm cellar.
I found my daddy and Blake right together.
Blake's dad, Bryan, lives in another house on the property.
Blake said that he couldn't feel his legs, and Daddy said that his legs was hurting.
They'd been thrown more than 150 feet near these hay bales. Blake's grandmother,
that's the last thing I remember, is getting down on the floor.
Had been thrown even farther.
I have a hip, pelvic, and my back, some fractures in my back and in my sternum and ribs.
It would be days before Blake and his grandmother realized Ward had not survived. Blake was devastated, but also determined.
I was immediately getting in the floor, trying to figure out how to get back in my chair.
And in just a little over a month,
I killed a turkey April 15th.
Blake found himself back in the outdoors.
It'll catch something if you can throw it.
Blake is an inspiration.
Oh, he means everything to me.
A hero to his family.
If he hadn't got on top of Mama, I don't believe Mama would have made it.
For Blake Baldridge, he's learned you have to reel in every moment.
Life is precious.
He's moving on and knows his grandfather,
He'd be very proud. He'd be speechless.
is watching over him. Now, this is not Blake's first comeback. As a child, he says he battled a disease that put him in a body cast and leg braces. He says doctors told him he would never play sports, but he did, and much more. Well, if you have a story, like us on our Facebook page if you haven't already, and post your idea and see who we meet next Wednesday night on the THV 10 o'clock difference.
And you know, Liz, you can see where that early childhood battle on Blake's part prepared him and almost got him to the point where he could face this.
Well, when he said that when, you know, he found out that his grandmother was alive, that he was determined. She was alive, he was going to make it. And they're close.
And you know, in doing these storm warnings, when you do them, you realize how personal they really are.
They are.
Wow, Liz, that is cool. Thank you.